Hi, I'm Dr. Hi. I'm Dr. Gaffer, and this is Yu Ming, and you're in the back row. Welcome to another exciting and riveting episode that is In the Back Row Live. I'm looking at the camera, not the monitor. So, no one even saw me, almost punch her in the face.
He almost punched me in the face. It was kind of scary. I had to flinch a couple of times. Oh, hi, Christy M.
I just got here from work, moments ago, so I don't know how to operate controls and stuff, so you just see, crazy... There. Is that better?
I don't think so.
How's that?
Okay. Oh boy, you look a little beat up.
I look half asleep.
That's right, I am asleep.
All right.
You just don't know it yet.
What about a nice mix?
Ooh. So hi.
Hi. Oh, you're talking to them. Oh no. Oh no.
I was talking to them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3.
Monster Heimlich.
Oh, he's much better now.
He just had a little indigestion.
Yeah, it was just gas. No, he didn't hurt himself from the fall.
He's okay, folks.
Hooray.
Thank you, Savior.
Hey, that's why we train for these things.
Oh my goodness gracious. So, goodness. So, now that I'm all confused and stuff.
Oh my god,
I guess we'll start on with some news.
So many cords. Why are there 2 mouses?
Mises? One of them's for that, and one of them's for
so much stuff here.
That.
It hurts my brain.
Wow.
I love how the finger is just pointing to that like it's got some significance.
It does have some significance.
It does?
Yes. This is your brain.
This is your brain on a Panasonic digital WJ MX12 mixing console.
It makes it look smarter.
I guess. I don't look any smarter sitting behind it, but if it helps the brain, then I'm all for it.
You can't help how you look.
We're born this way.
Yes, we are. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to wonderful, delicious entertainment and gaming news.
I hope... is it delicious?
I don't know.
I don't have any food things prepared.
There's no food things
prepared?
No,
this isn't a cooking show. Okay. At least I don't think so.
It could be. We could just move all this shit into the kitchen.
Well, we did cook a pizza. You just take whatever we got, throw it in the oven.
I had a few bites of it, and then I shoved it right back in because I was already late for the show.
You shoved it back in?
Well, yeah, so it'll stay warm.
The oven wasn't on anymore.
Well, yeah, but the oven itself is still warm. Oh. Our studio has a kitchen. Isn't that exciting?
It smells wonderful in here.
So
anyway, so hi. Let's get started, shall we? Why does it?
Let's get it started. Let's get it started. I don't know why I felt I had to do that.
Who knows what you do? So more Lindsay Lohan.
A needle pulling thread.
Oh, we'll get to that later. So Lindsay Lohan has done it again. She's created more chaos this week, which I think it's a weekly thing with her. You know, she has to pick at least one day a week where she's going to just be a complete douchebag, idiot, bitch, / whatever.
/ whatever.
Yeah. So this time, she drug Paris Hilton's brother.
It almost sounded like you said she drugged Paris Hilton's brother.
No. She drug him into the okay. So she and Paris Hilton have this feud going on. It's been simmering for years, and they haven't really done a whole lot about it. They're just
so you know when it's slow cooked like that at a simmer, you know it's going to be juicy and delicious.
Yes. So it's basically gotten to the point where let's see, in 2006. Paris Hilton called her a fire crotch, which I guess it's just because she has red hair. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, is it true? Does she have red hair down there?
I think I would imagine.
Kind of fascinating. But
I don't think that's how she meant it.
No, I don't think so either. She could have called her a snatch and something instead of a crotch. A fire snatch.
A fire.
Oh, there goes the lowly fire snatch. Dear God,
Fail.
he is drunk.
Oh no, it's still just gas. Just lean him up against the brain. Maybe
that
that'll
little
help.
critter. So apparently there was a vicious attack on Paris Hilton's brother, and his name is Baron, by the way. Baron, like a baron and baroness, so that's just kind of odd for me. But,
Is his middle name Vaughn?
I have no idea.
Baron von Hilton?
Ugh. So it was allegedly masterminded by Lindsay Lohan. That's what everybody is saying. There's been... Right? So Lindsay Lohan's friend allegedly beat Paris's brother to a bloody pulp in Miami, Florida, at the Shore Club on Friday, this last Friday, a couple days ago. Lindsay apparently accused him of talking about her boyfriend while at a party at this venue that was part of a Miami art event, like Art Basel event is what they call it, I think is what it is, at the previous evening, which was the Thursday. And here is the picture of his face after beating the poor sod. So late on Saturday.
Now, is that a bandage or is that some sort of fancy hat?
You know, I think actually it's
a bandage hat.
No, it looks like a towel.
Mm.
It's like he had just gotten beat up.
Oh. So he's fresh in this picture.
Yes, it's a fresh towel on his face.
It looks like he might have got a little broken nose action going on there.
Could be.
So it
Yeah,
looks like,
looking at it again. Yeah, see that cut
but,
on the nose?
But, if
He did get punched.
if your last name's Hilton, you're probably used to getting, work done on your nose.
Wah, wah.
I'm saying.
Nice job. So, Baron's face obviously shows numerous cuts to his nose and required hospital treatment, and he had a CT scan done just in case to make sure that his brain was okay. Which,
It turns out it's not, but it was the same as it was before.
Right. Well, that's what happens when you're in your Hilton, so you don't really have a choice on that matter. And late on Saturday, Paris Hilton apparently tweeted saying, "They both will pay for what they did. No one fucks with my family and gets away with it." Mm. And everybody thinks that the both part means Lindsay Lohan and her friend.
Mm. Those nouveau mobsters.
Yeah, I think so.
Just ruining everything.
I know. Lindsay had initially denied that she was at the Shore Club pool when it happened, but there was video that surfaced later that proved that she was there. Apparently there was a confrontation and people tried to get her to leave, and that's at that point when the guy said something about her boyfriend, and then...
Yeah, they were actually noticed her on the video footage because of her flaming crotch. So it's really easy to point her out, in a crowd of people. She's the one that's smoldering and smells of Vagisil.
Oh boy. So even later on Saturday night,
she's here somewhere.
It smells like burning hair. It must be Lindsay Lohan.
Look there.
Oh. So even later on Saturday night, she posted an image of herself, Lindsay did, at the Shore Club, which was kind of stupid, making a reference to having a great time with honest, fun friends and no more bad folk. Mm. So, and then she deleted the post 30 minutes later.
Oh.
So that kind of almost just proves that
she was there and then decided, I don't want people to know I was here.
Masterminding.
Which, I'm not sure if you understand the way the internet works, but things don't dis the fuck appear when you delete them 30 minutes after you post them.
Dis the fuck appear.
It's my favorite word that I made up.
Dis the fuck
Dis
appear.
the fuck appear.
I might use that. So yeah, that's the lovely world of Lindsay Lohan, and
we should have some sort of title art for that.
Yeah, or something.
Oh, and now the wonderful world of Lindsay Lohan.
Ow!
Oh my God, my arm's off. Shit.
So I think there's another Lindsay Lohan in the making, in the name of Shia LaBeouf.
Oh God.
He was apparently dining at a restaurant in London's Covent Garden. It's apparently a very chic, expensive place. Of course, all actors have to go to those kind of places. And he was...
I just did that so that people wouldn't think it was just you. The table is just really long. Ow.
I have a habit of bashing my extremities on things, okay?
Bashing tables.
That too. I mean, I run my butt into that thing more often than not, but that's because it's gigantic. I mean, my butt.
Table
not that
bashing. I hate fucking tables. Oh, now they want to, and now the tables want to get married.
Ew. So Shia LaBeouf was approached by a female fan who left in tears, apparently, after speaking to the star. And the woman's boyfriend then approached Shia to be like, hey, dude, what's up? My bitch, she's all crying, yo, and it's because of you. And apparently it ended up a tussle. Both of them did. And Shia pursued the boyfriend as he was leaving, and he was overheard saying to the guy, I can get you killed. All right.
It's that young Hollywood nouveau mobster mentality just gone amok.
It's gotta be. It's just gotta be. So apparently there was people that decided to remove him from this venue. Apparently he was drunk. I guess if you're at a hotel bar getting pissed at random people, you're drunk. And a witness said that he looked like he was out of control. So that tells you that. I mean, I don't know what an out-of-control person really actually looks like. I've only seen him out of control.
Out of control!
But that's not too very often. Only every Sunday.
Sunday.
This was the second anger management
right
issue.
around 7, so stay tuned.
Oh, boy. This is the second anger management issue for Shia LaBeouf over in the UK. Apparently it's happened before.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, in October, he was clubbing in London. He was filming two sisters, apparently. One of them who was vomiting, and he was ignoring the request to stop filming. So it ended up, Shia was actually hit and kicked by a passerby who had intervened.
Oh, well, that's just that's assault on their part. You can film anything you want, I'm pretty sure, in a club.
Well, yeah, maybe. Over in London.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rules in London are, but maybe they have like a rule, like, oh no, if you see a girl vomiting, and you're like a bystander, if you're just standing there and filming, you're not at least helping to hold her hair, then that's like a misdemeanor.
Might be. So this is kind of fun.
They didn't have the Good Samaritan laws, or they used to have those, where it's like if you were just standing by, you could just like stand by and watch a crime happen. You had to do something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there might still be that over here in the United States, but is there?
I think in like some states there are. I know it was a thing in California, but I don't know if they kept it up or not. Because somebody probably realized, how ridiculous it really was. Because like, there's like a, this muscle-bound 300-pound guy beating the crap out of somebody who's smaller than you. It's just like, well, I'm not going to intervene because what the hell can I do?
Right.
What, pat it out for an extra 30 seconds?
Or get yourself beat up.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, it's only going to take him maybe 2 more swings to take me out, too. I'm hardly being productive.
Well, that's what happened.
I'd have a better time stripping down and doing a little dance rather than trying to intervene and get between them.
It might distract him.
Yeah, that's true.
So you probably have a fair chance of that. This is kind of exciting. The voice of Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, that dude, his name is Andy Serkis. Serkis, not like a circus.
Not like Family Circus.
Right. He's going to be directing his first movie, and it's going to be Animal Farm, which is based off the George Orwell book. Right?
Yeah.
He says what we're trying to do is fairly unique. It's going to be
just based on the subject matter and who we chose to direct it.
He said it's going to be entirely performance captured, so rather than photographing real animals and showing them with talking mouths, it's going to be all generated by the interaction between the actors playing those roles. The physicality and facial expressions of the animals will come directly from the actors' performances.
Okay.
So basically, they're going to capture the actors' expressions and then paste that onto animals. So it'll be a very interesting CGI
Sounds
world.
creepy as fuck.
It sounds actually kind of fascinating to me. So I'm actually kind of interested to see what it's going to turn out.
We'll have to see how that
It
works
might
out.
turn out like a really big shitball, but hey, it's going to be kind of fun. So
It'll be a fun shit ball. Best ball of shit ever.
that's right. So you've heard
Starring
of...
Shia LaBeouf
Ooh.
and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, no. So everybody's heard of Nymphomaniac, the movie, I'm assuming.
Karen Major is now watching.
Karen! Hi!
Hola.
We
Hello.
see you lurking out there.
Hello, other chat people.
Wow, what's going on?
I don't know. I think in the back row is having a hemorrhage.
I had one of those earlier. I'm not going to tell you about that. So
That wasn't a
Nymphomaniac, the movie.
hemorrhage. You're thinking of the other one.
Hemorrhoid. All right.
Let's
Hi,
not
Megan.
let's not talk about my cousin.
We'll try not to. So
Old
Nymphomaniac,
Hemi.
the movie, is going to be hitting theaters with part 1 on March 21st, 2014. and will be available on demand starting March 6, 2014. So that's just yes, part 1. So that's just a couple of months. Part 2 is going to be in theaters on April 18th, 2014, and on demand on April 3rd, 2014. Part 1 is the story of Joe, a self-diagnosed nymphomaniac who is discovered badly beaten in an alley by an older bachelor, Seligman, who takes her into his home. Joe is a girl. As he tends to her wounds, she recounts the erotic story of her adolescence and young adulthood. So that's going to be kind of hot.
Are you sure this isn't just another Lindsay Lohan story?
It might be, actually. That's a good point. Part 2 picks up with the story of Joe's adulthood. So I saw the trailer for the film. They don't really hide a lot at all. So I'm not going to show it to you guys. There's actually penis going in mouth.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you see that. It's a porn film, basically, except it's for regular theaters. So it's going to be very fascinating. So if you're curious about that, go look on the YouTubes. It's all over the place, I promise.
Wow.
Something
racy.
Something regarding this trailer with the penis going into the mouth and breasts and stuff.
And breasts and stuff.
And breasts and stuff.
Because that's scalable.
Kind of, actually. It happened. Something happened at a Florida theater regarding this trailer. Kids who went to see the Disney movie Frozen last weekend were treated to the Nymphomaniac trailer.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Disney movie Frozen, and parents and their kids stuffed in a theater. Apparently, it wasn't part of the lineup for the movie. Apparently, the film didn't play as intended. So the person that was running the booth just decided, hey, let's just do this filler. So they put on the Mickey Mouse's, oh God, what's that first film that he did? The Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
So they played that, and then they played some various other stuff, and then accidentally this got put in there as well. So,
whoopsie.
Yeah. So you had kids going, "What's that, Mom?"
That's happened. That happens actually a lot. You hear about it, in the news. When people are able to, catch it. And really, the only way it's caught by the news is if somebody who's attending that showing alerts the media to the fact that it happened.
Right.
Or more than likely, what happens is somebody who works at a media outlet had children that were in the screening, or someone who was in the screening knew somebody who worked at a media outlet. Like, oh, I bet so-and-so would want to know about this.
Yeah.
Because in the 2 instances that I know where it happened at theaters that I was working at, that's exactly the way it went down. So I'm assuming that that's, just from personal experiences, that's the way it goes down.
How funny.
Every place else. And there was, I want to say, the first screw-up that I know, it wasn't a theater that I worked at, but it was part of the same chain in a neighboring city. And we played, kids shows, for, a discount price, early in the morning during the summer for, summer kids who need something to do and their parents can't afford real camp.
That's
so it was supposed to, the movie he ended up playing, it was, something like one of those like Not Another Teen Movie type of films, but it was a movie where
parody ones,
where the first opening shot of the film is a teenage girl masturbating with some sort of instrumentation, and so
like a cross. So it was probably one of the okay.
I don't remember exactly what film it was. I just remember that was that's what I was told was the opening scene. It was so long I don't remember the film, but I do remember the film it was supposed to play. So they were expecting to see the Adventures of Strawberry Shortcake, and instead they're treated to some woman. I want to say I think it might have been a cross. I think about it. So yeah.
Well, I think it was like the parody of what's the one where the chick masturbates with the cross and her head spins around?
Right.
And
Yeah. It's the movie that's a parody of. The Exorcist.
Exorcist. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It might have been that. And that's just because when movie theaters are playing multiple films in one theater, like you've seen the big round platter systems that they all stack on.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a matter of grabbing the wrong film. If the film you're supposed to be playing is on the bottom platter, you don't necessarily see it, and you might forget about it and not realize it's there. And if you don't read the label on the tag, or if the film's just not labeled, you just thread up whatever happens to be sitting on the platter for that projector and run it.
It's an oops moment.
So yeah,
everybody has them.
But it's definitely happened before, and I would think that now that projectors and movie theaters are going all digital, that that wouldn't be a thing, but I guess it still is.
I think so. It definitely is. I mean, he didn't mean to. It was just like, oh, okay, well, the film won't play, so let's just play these random
He might have. We don't know that.
That's true.
He might have been some sick bastard who meant to do it.
This might be kind of exciting. So one of the parents said, "Oh gosh, where did I go? I lost it."
Oh.
Oh no!
We're lost.
Oh. Yeah, here we go. One parent said, it seems like forever when you're trying to, cover a little guy's eyes. I didn't have enough hands to cover his ears too, and he got the sound down real good. Because there's a lot of moaning and.
Because he made the sound the whole way home.
Oh. It's fascinating. Look up the trailer. I won't show you. I can't.
Can't.
Because there's lots of tits. And this is a family
There's too
friendly
much.
show.
There's too much to fit. Too much to fit on the YouNow screen because it's so boxy. If it was widescreen, then maybe.
Maybe. But this show is a fucking family show, man.
Yeah.
Can't show little bitches and jerks and shit. Family friend. Anyway, let's move on. So, the magician David Copperfield, I'm sure you've heard of him.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. The first time that I
like
saw...
his brother, the author, much better.
I saw, it was one of the first times when I actually saw one of David Copperfield's shows. He was flying all over the place, doing one of those little magic stunts. And I was so excited to potentially have the ability to fly like this man that I could not keep my tears in. I had to cry.
Wow.
Because I wanted to fly so bad. And I got made fun of like crazy by my brother. Oh, anyway, reminiscing. Okay, so apparently he has trademarked.
You should get Lindsay Lohan to have him offed for that.
No, not Lindsay Lohan. It'd be Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah.
I can have you killed. So David Copperfield has trademarked a DC logo. Do you know where this is going yet?
No.
Doesn't sound familiar?
No.
Okay. Here's the logo that he's trademarking.
Oh.
Shit!
You'd be so rough with everything. Okay.
Good.
So that's his logo there.
So that's his logo. So there's nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that when you apply for a trademark, you also have to specify what your business is about, right?
Uh-huh.
So one of the parts that he described about his business was comic books.
Huh.
Now, do you know where this is going?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. So that means that he intends to market and sell comic books under the name DC.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out.
Right. Warner Brothers owns DC Entertainment and DC Comics, and they have yet to make a statement. But it's only a matter of time before they challenge Copperfield's claim. So we're trying to wonder, is this innocent or intentional or just a bit of magic?
Oh, yeah, so, Dimension Comics has been around for quite some time and been using the abbreviated version of their name. I think for longer than David Copperfield's even been a thing. So.
Or even been alive, I'm sure. It's just kind of interesting to me, I mean, what kind of comics would David Copperfield come up with?
Yeah, and if you're David Copperfield, why not hire somebody? Why why have such a shitty fucking logo?
That looks pretty ridiculous.
It almost looks as lame as the one I tried to make for our show.
That's not good. Yours is better.
But yeah, that's.
It looks like a little maze.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a little maze. Maybe that's maybe that's what he's going for. It's
Oh.
like David Copperfield, I'm amazing. I'm not really sure.
Very nice.
But
So, let's move on to theater stuff, huh?
Stoof.
So the live version of The Sound of Music was aired on the 5th. It was
It was so good.
It was so irritatingly bad that it was kind of hard to watch. There were some good things about it.
It ended.
No. Yeah, that was good too. But while it was playing, the kids actually were great. The kids in the film were fantastic. They were very well cast. They were adorable, and they really helped the magic of it. The acting of the actual real actors wasn't too bad. The Mother Superior, Audrey, whoever she was, she stole the show with every appearance that she had. She was excellent, and she's actually a theater person, so I mean it kind of makes sense.
She's actually a theater person, so you know that she has a really small apartment, probably has a French press coffee maker, and owns at least one cat.
At least, the set was interesting, considering it was all done.
Did you see the fountain? There was a fountain.
No way, couldn't have been a fountain. I didn't see a
There
fountain.
was a fountain.
But considering that it was all done in a studio space and was, had to be interchangeable due to the fact that it was a live format, it really wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, because live shows are really hard to do.
Well, anyway.
So I have a theater snob. I'm making fun of it.
Yes,
for those of you
he is a theater snob. He's
familiar.
Fantastic at what he does. He does lighting design, and he is phenomenal.
I'm pretty good considering the area I live in.
Not just pretty good. I see his lighting designs, and I just want to masturbate with the color he uses.
Pretty sure you're biased.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Yeah.
Then again, if I said anything bad about you, you're right there. You might hit me anyway, so I guess I can't really say much.
I'm willing to hit you just at the top of the show.
Ow.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gaffer, and this is an unconscious bitch.
So let's move on to the bad.
Okay.
I went through the good parts, so let's go to the bad.
God, it didn't seem like he did go through any good, but I guess he did go through some good
I
parts.
did go
You
through a couple
Yeah,
of
you
good
did.
stuff. So
There were some good things.
There were some good things. But the bad, what the hell were they thinking by casting little Miss Carrie Underwood as Maria?
Well,
She's cute. Don't get me wrong, she's cute. But she did not do it for me. Her voice was so nasally, it was hard to listen to. I couldn't wait till her songs were over. And she cannot act. Oh my God. She would stand there just stiff as a board and blah, 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 blah. And there's her lines.
Yeah, like one of the first things I noticed about because I didn't watch the whole thing, I just like watched bits of it. Like I just kept noticing. I'm just like, "Whoa, we're back at the fountain," And
We're
then
a lot of fountain
and then every time
action,
like she
yeah.
walked on, you just saw like you just like noticed like her hands.
Uh-oh, we
like,
froze.
Uh-oh, are we? Oh no.
I look fantastic in that freeze.
Yeah. Well, what do I do about that? Is it frozen over there too? No?
I can't tell yet.
Oh.
It's not frozen here on the encoder.
Well, it looks like we're just all froze up on the U
Karen
mouse.
says best face ever. Karen, you should take a picture.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, take a picture.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my God.
So what do you do when that happens?
Yep, it's not frozen over here in the YouTubes. The YouTubes look great.
Oh, okay.
So it's you.
Yeah. So it's well, you don't know that it's me. It could be like a you now thing.
Well, that's true. Wait, let me refresh my screen and see what happens.
Ooh.
What?
What?
Nothing. I thought you refreshed your screen. I was like, oh.
No. Refreshing my screen is not the same as yours.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is
Post
like,
it on Facebook.
This is like.
Aw,
Really,
nope. Yep. Even refreshing didn't work.
Bing!
Hooray!
It's our new symbol. Well, there's no way to get back to like the camera settings
Nope.
on here. So yeah, unfortunate. Well, I guess I'll just try something. No, if I do that, then
I guess we'll just have to refresh it.
no, screw it.
Ah!
I'll just do the drastic thing. See if that helps. I don't think it will. Well, hell. Unfortunate. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to refresh this junk. We'll be right back. So sorry.
I'm so sorry. We're so
Oh my
sorry.
God.
Oh my God, we're so sorry. We'll be right back.
And stuff and things.
Perhaps.
Shitty.
Ah. We're back on the YouTubes, though. Hi, YouTube people.
Hi, YouTube people.
Everybody who watches on the YouTubes. I don't think there's anybody watching on the
Apparently, you now is not being our friend, but YouTube still is.
You know, sometimes.
I should have done that. I should have actually told the people on you now before we dumped out, like, hey, jump on over to the YouTube. We just need to get on some more sites that have you in the name.
Ooh, like you suck?
Is that, well, that's probably a website.
Oh, somebody actually commented over on the YouTubes.
Oh, good.
Do you know how much Lindsay Lohan is suing for? Oh, that must have been last week. Because that's when Lindsay Lohan was suing.
Uh-huh.
I just got confused because we're still talking about Lindsay Lohan this week.
I think, he's having some troubles.
Oh, so maybe it's not just us then.
Very boring YouTube segment.
It's all right.
Why don't you, you want to continue on?
All right. I will continue on.
Okay.
Once I remember where I was.
Where were you? Smile!
I was talking about Lindsay Lohan, or not, no, I got over that. No, I was talking about Carrie Underwood and her inability to act. And her standing still and not moving. And you were going to show the delightful people how she was standing. And I wanted to see it.
I don't really know if like the camera is like framed enough for me to be able to pull off what I was going for, but basically what it was is like she just had like these like really like her hands never moved. Like she'd just like walk on and she'd be like, you know, it's like somebody like glued like the inside of like, you know, her arm fat to her torso. So like she was just, you know, like it was this.
It's just so, it was
You know,
so bad.
and no matter if she was, like, you know, excited and she wouldn't like gesture with her hands or anything, and so we're back on the U nows. Of course, nobody's probably watching it all because they're just like, where did they go?
Because we totally muffed it up.
Yeah, muffed it up.
Yeah, we muffed it up.
Okay, I've never heard that expression before, but I believe that it works. I guess.
Well, I would have said mucked it up, but I kind of mucked up the mucking, and I said muffed instead. And it just sounded so fantastic that I decided to keep it.
Fine, fair enough.
All right. Let's see, in the back row. Where the hell are we? Here we go. Live. Dance. Dance.
Dance, you little bitch.
Okay.
Do your little webcast and dance.
Oh, yay. We are back and stuff. Is Karen still here?
Oh my god.
I guess not.
Almost accidentally dumped us out again by accident. Whoops.
So anyway, back to the lovely world of Sound of Music Live. Carrie Underwood cannot act. She's a great country singer, but I'm sorry, she cannot do the Sound of Music. She just does not have the right voice for it. She looks the part. I mean, her face, I mean, she's pretty, but that's about it.
I didn't really buy any of it. There was a really nice backdrop of mountains, though.
Oh yes, it was beautiful. The backdrop was beautiful.
It was all snowy and stuff, and it was cool because
Yeah.
like no matter like what season it was, the mountains looked the same.
There's not a whole lot of seasons going on in the film.
Is it just winter? It's
I
winter
think
the whole
so.
time, like even when they're in the boat and falling in the lake.
Yeah, because she says like she's gonna be there for like 6 weeks or something like
okay.
that. So it's not a very large frame of
yeah.
time. So, but yeah, she was just so robotic and non-emotional and just basically reciting the lines like she's trying to check in her brain. Do I remember my part? Yes, I remember my part. So yeah, she stood there, hardly moved, and it was just kind of. She was distracting. She was just very distracting. I could see the camera shadow a lot. More often than not, it kind of took out of whatever magic there was.
I kept waiting for her to like sell me like hot chocolate.
What?
I kept waiting for her to like sell me hot chocolate. Just kept looking at the Swiss Miss lady.
Oh yeah, she looked adorable. She definitely looked adorable. She had the costumes were great. You know, I liked the costumes. I thought they were fun.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think any women wore pantsuits
Well, okay.
in World War II.
Okay. Yeah, there were some costumes that didn't really buy, but
Yeah, there were people who were dressed that looked like they were from the fucking 80s. So,
was that 80s or was that late 70s?
well, whatever it was not the 40s.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was the white or the fiance.
The Baroness Schrader?
But yeah, so seeing the camera shadow wasn't a showstopper, I suppose. But whatever little magic it had, it kind of just, got you out of that magic of the show, I guess, if there was. When the kids sang it was magic, but that was it.
Aside from that, it blew dicks.
Yeah, kind of. The lighting was just basically, it was all Disney-esque and like, boom, in your face, bright, and that's about it. There was nothing else. It was just bright.
Yeah, it was basically like studio floodlights is what it was.
Yeah. Hi, Zangzi.
But yeah, it's almost like they went out of their way to make it look really fake and boring scenically. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh no, look, it's like a play that we're filming in real time. It's just like, yeah, but plays don't look that bad.
No.
But apparently you guys see it as something that would look that bad, because I don't know, what they're thinking, but I know a lot of people who are stagecrafters that could build a fountain that looks like an actual fountain and not a bunch of foam cubes stuck together. But that's maybe there was a strike or something I'm unaware of.
It could have been. The Intermentalist and
Hi, G.
Zangzi.
Zangzi.
Or Zangzi or
Zangzi.
It's person. Hi, person.
Hi, person.
The instrumentalists, they weren't live. All of the music was pre-recorded except for the vocals. They actually sang that live. So they just went with a soundtrack.
As far as we know.
Yeah, that's true. So they, actually, yes. Because when she was like bouncing on the bed, Maria was, and you can actually hear her like out of breath.
Oh, I wish I would have seen that scene.
it was fun. Yeah. So let's see, Captain Von Vampire, who is actually Captain Von Trapp, who is actually the guy that plays in True Blood. That's why I called him Von Vampire, because he's the vampire in True Blood, right? Anyways, he can't sing very well. That was distracting. He can act, so his acting was phenomenal. But every time he sang, I was like, whoa. So yeah, that was kind of sad. But at least he could act.
Yeah, it was like because
part of it.
Really like the main story is the two of them, Maria and
Von
Trapp, and at no time did I see the expression on her face. I mean, granted, like when she was reading her lines, it was just like she was reading off, a page for the most part. But there was no, like facial acting. So like when she surprisingly encountered him, in the original, the movie version,
hi.
You could see in her face without her saying any words, oh, I have this thing for you. And then the other characters, because there was that thing, they picked up on it. It's like, yeah, we know, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But there was no facial acting in that regard at all either, and you just didn't feel like these people actually had a relationship.
Unfortunately, no. Nope, definitely not. It wasn't all horrible. Some of it was kind of fun. Like I said, I really enjoyed the children. They were just, it was just fun. They looked like they were having a good time, and it was obvious. So it was great.
Because they were being paid a lot.
Yeah, they did. Well, yeah, that too. But they're kids.
Yeah. And
they were having fun. They were a fantastic job at their parts. The oldest girl, I forget her name, and the Nazi boy the messenger guy, the messenger boy.
Hey, Nazi boy.
They had a fantastic dynamic. They were so believable at their parts. It was great.
Okay. Did they have a scene by the fountain?
No.
Oh, come on. Are you sure?
Well, I mean, with all the kids, yes, but not by themselves.
Okay.
So no, they didn't. But they had the outdoor scene. I guess that they went outdoors to have their little flirt session and kiss for the first time, and so it was actually really cute.
Seems like that would have been a good scene for the film.
It was so cute. It was very endearing. So that was fun. But yeah, so it was kind of a good waste of 2 hours. I mean, at least I learned a couple of things. I saw the making of part 2, so that was kind of neat. But still, just Carrie Underwood, I was just like, oh, stick to country. Yeah. So, kind of an interesting new realm for live theater. Hopefully this doesn't ruin it for live theater televised stuff.
Showing people who watch television, look, this is what theater's like, don't go.
Yeah. I mean, the critics ripped it apart. Oh. They hated it. It was horrible reviews. I saw like maybe 2 or 3 good ones, but I don't think those were actual theater people. So yeah, it was awful. But they all loved Mother Superior, and they all loved the acting of the kids. But they all said the same thing, that Carrie was just not right for the part, and I think she ruined it. I mean, just my own personal opinion, because I just couldn't stand it.
Sorry, Carrie.
Yeah.
You ruined the Sound of Music for everyone.
You're great. You're great. You're a great singer, and you're great at what you do, but
just not that thing.
Yeah. Real.
It's real.
It's
all very real now.
So, continuing with the theater theme.
Oh my god.
Theme. Whoa.
Awkward.
Hi. Continuing on, Cats movie actually might be in the works. The Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical, Cats. Apparently Universal hasn't... See what happens when I have the camera just on me? No, you can keep it there. It's just weird. No, keep it there. Keep it there. Make me get used to it.
Okay, fine. Get used to me doing it fucking randomly.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Keep talking, and I'll do it randomly.
Okay, awesome. All right. So Universal has an interest in the abandoned...
Boom!
Good play. Has an interest in the abandoned film rights to the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical of Cats. Good job, Karen. And yes, it would be fantastic. The reasoning comes down to the new appetite for musicals since the adaptation of Les Miserables, which wasn't live. And it should be interesting to see what they come up with, and hopefully it's not just people dancing around in leotards. You're so funny.
And by funny, she means you're a dick.
You're an irritating asshole.
I'll be right back then. Fine.
Oh, I don't want you to miss this.
Okay.
Maybe you want to miss it, but I don't want you to miss it.
I'm not going to be that long.
So another showbiz, Rebecca Black is back.
Yes.
Woohoo! The Friday pop star has a new song, and it's called Saturday. That's right. It's basically, it seems like it was a parody of her Friday song, since it was bad, like her Friday song. But she decided to kind of make fun of herself. At least I think she did. I can't really tell by it. So I'm going to let you guys listen to this fantastic 4-minute song. We probably won't play all of it, but I'll let you get the gist of it. Let me see if I can do this by myself. So there you go. That's some of it. I wasn't going to make you guys suffer through all of it. So, let's form our own opinions, shall we? Wow.
And,
I can't believe she's still making music.
And we can't really actually show you all of it anyway, because they won't let us, because they'll think like, oh, well, you guys are just showing it, but stealing our media for your viewers. It's like, no, actually, we're just showing it to them because we're about to make fun of it, but thanks.
Yeah. SB says Friday was funnier. Yes, it was. It was worse. This one wasn't as bad. It was still kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe he's doing this.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What is
But
up with that guy's outfit?
I don't know.
Is there like water camouflage that he's wearing on the bottom there?
Maybe.
I'm not really sure.
Thanks for becoming a fan, Unicorn. So yeah, I think it's a hell of a lot better than the Friday thing, but it's still got that
love
irritating
that name.
quality. Unicorn?
I don't know why. It's just Really cool name. Good for you.
Sent you a message. But yeah, there was a part of this that you didn't get to see. That's a Miley Cyrus lookalike that's twerking in her underpants. And there's also...
Why you didn't just start the video from that point?
Because...
That would have been a thing.
Well, now people can look it up. There was a naked Santa blow-up doll, a dancing hot dog. There was a weird danceless...
What?
A weird pantsless dancing dude. Silly string jizz. The creator was being arrested at the end of the film.
Okay. I'm not finding any of this, but I'm looking.
You're going to have to just play it and watch it. You don't have to listen to it, but just watch what goes on. It's actually kind of fascinating.
It looks fascinating. It does. So we don't. Yeah. So if we don't play the audio, we're totally good. We just,
You want to just play it?
yeah.
All right. But that's from the 2-minute mark.
Oh yay, dinosaur riding!
Yeah, she was like humping a dinosaur. They're playing poker. She's dancing or something. Some weird dude.
It's multicultural. Pooping a blue thing.
Yeah, blue balls. There she is again. Humping on her friend. She looks like she's grown up a little bit. You know, it's been a couple years. 2.5 years, I think, since her last show. Her last Friday thing.
Well, come on, she hasn't grown up that much. She's doing a video with David Days.
There's the twerking girl.
Nice.
Yep,
Nice.
in her old underpants there. So, you know, I can't wait for her Sunday masterpiece. It's gonna be like...
Oh, there's the Santa Claus.
Yep, there's the blow-up doll.
Blow-up doll Santa Claus.
Yeah, so her Sunday thing's gonna be like going to church, y'all, or day after pill or something.
Say what, yo? What? You want kissy time? Oh, look, he was totally photobombed too by 2 people.
Yes, SB. It's David Days and Connor Franta. Very good, Franta.
No, the guy knows his shit, yo.
And this is the first time that I realized it, but she actually has 526,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, and she does like weekly videos or daily videos now. And also she does covers of songs. So like Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, she did a cover of that. And yeah, so she's trying to turn herself into something. And I think she's winning the battle. You know, there's a lot of haters, but I think there's more people that are actually kind of enjoying what she's doing, just if not purely for entertainment value. So that's kind of nice.
Rebecca Black, winning the internet.
Mm-hmm. That's just about it. So good on you, Rebecca. I hope you continue to make it in this.
Nice job, Becky.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Oh, you. So that's all I had for film and movies and theaters and stuff. So let's get on to...
So let's get on to...
gaming.
Let's get on to gaming. We've got 4 minutes left.
We have more than 4 minutes left.
We do?
Yeah, we do. We have like 10 minutes, see? Or actually 12. We have 12 minutes.
Oh, that's right, because we started late.
We started late.
Okay.
So if somebody comes into...
we didn't start late.
The dog
started late.
That's true. But yeah, if somebody decides to pop into the whatchamacallit queue, then we'll push out.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
We'll push out.
Push out like a baby. I like the...
Oh my god, breech birth!
Willie D says, I like the chat roulette version of Wrecking Ball. Oh my god! I've not seen it, and now I'm curious.
No, I've seen it like listed a few times, but I'm saving it for when I'm just like, I really need something funny to watch, because I know, just from the thumbnail, that it's going to be good.
I can't wait.
So, I mean, just because, like, Johnny Ridley, he does the, man boob, thing on chat roulette. You can only imagine some guy who's like rigged a chain, a fucking ball in his apartment. I mean, it's gotta be magical. It's just gotta be.
I'm entertained just thinking about it. Karen says, "Damn it, Chauncey." He's laying there on the floor, being like a punk.
Yeah.
So there's an Xbox One backwards compatibility issue, like a punk.
Like that guy.
Like that punk, father. So there's an Xbox One backwards compatibility issue. Apparently there's people that are trying to stop making fun of my inability to talk.
Of my lack of use of continence in my speech.
My continence?
Continence. My continence. Like, when I don't talk about Australia, don't get on my case, man.
Oh, that's great.
Fuck you, Central Europe.
Oh, I miss our Australian friend. Whatever happened to Kyle? I miss him. So don't try to make...
I mentioned Central Europe. Like, whatever happened to Kyle? See, Kyle!
Speaking of Xbox One now, don't try to make your Xbox One backwards compatible. It's not supposed to be. There's a reason for that. Microsoft says gamers run the risk of bricking their consoles if they try. Apparently there's a guide on the internet that claims that you...
You're not making it easy, man. I'm sorry.
Easy on what?
Bricking? Bricking their consoles?
Bricking their consoles.
You're doing it intentionally. You want me to be able to call you out.
Well, you
unfair.
But
unfair.
Bricking is an actual thing, though.
I'm out of here.
Bricking is an actual thing.
Oh, okay.
Bricking means that you completely have lost the ability to play your console. You can also do it to your phones, your Android phones, your iPhones.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I thought you just mispronounced breaking.
No!
Okay, admittedly, on that one, I'm the retarded one. Fine. Now I'm going...
You and your continent.
Now I'm going away in shame. I'm going to be alone on my continent.
I'm not convinced you're gone. Hi. A guide on the internet claims you can use the developer tools that are accessible on the console, as a Reddit user discovered, to let the Xbox One play 360 games. Don't do that. It's very risky. People are falling for it and are bricking their machines. Kind of like voiding the manufacturer's warranty, but it makes the Xbox completely unplayable. You get an error when you start it up, and you can't do anything. So don't do it. Microsoft's Major Nelson, his name is Major Nelson. Major is his first name.
What?
Yes, Major is his first name.
That's awesome.
I know, right? He says on Twitter, to be clear, there is no way to make your Xbox One backwards compatible. Performing steps to attempt this could make your console inoperable. Blah, blah, blah. Revert your settings back to factory defaults under Settings, Systems, and select Restore Factory Defaults.
Or my genie will turn you into a shoe.
Right. And Willie D says, at least you're not incontinent. He wears Depends, okay? He's got a diaper on right now, so he doesn't...
I had a lot of cheese today.
So yeah, don't void your warranties, because the Xbox One still has issues, and if you ever have to return it, you won't be able to. And still on the theme of Xbox One, a man paid $750 or £450 for an Xbox One picture. Yes. An eBay scam caused UK resident Peter Clatworthy. He's 19 years old, so that kind of tells you that he's not exactly in the worldly sense yet. To mistakenly purchase a photo of an Xbox One on eBay. It said it clearly in the description that you are purchasing a photo. So he thought he was going to get a day one edition of the Xbox One, but instead he received a faded printed photo of the console's box. And let me show you what he got.
Oh, God.
It's... makes me feel kind of bad for the dude.
I was going to say, it's like, this would have been hysterical if you had shown any other...
Oh, no. Oh, no. I've ruined it. There we go. So that's what he received.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Poor guy. The seller had written on the back of it, "Thank you for your purchase," which seals the deal there. Fortunately, the fuming UK teen was able to get his money back because of eBay's and, oh my gosh, the PayPal site. PayPal's. Because they're, they have clauses against that shit. Anyway, moving on.
There was a guy that I worked with at one of my movie theaters, and I don't know why he thought that, somehow, like, he could sell things for thousands of dollars on eBay and not somehow become sued and or arrested.
Did he?
Yes. I think both things happened, because what he was doing, he was... I wasn't friends with the guy. He's just somebody who worked at the same movie theater. I don't usually consort with criminals.
Consort.
Yeah, unless we're in the same continent.
Continent.
But anyway, he was really into cars, so he was selling pictures of motors. Now, you can only imagine how much like a really, fancy 8-cylinder hot rod motor would cost ordinarily, and then imagine how much, if you tacked shipping onto that. And then if you just received a fucking picture of them, I was like, oh, here's a picture. It's just like, I already had the picture. I could have just copied and pasted from the fucking eBay ad. Why would I have spent, like, he was like selling like motors like $6,000 free shipping.
Makes you feel bad for the people, but then again, read the descriptions. It's kind of.
He thought he was being clever because he's like, oh, I was selling it to people like out of he was trying to like sell it to like Canadians and stuff, and just like Canadians get pissed off about shit too, bro. and then once you've done it, then isn't it like some sort of like weird, sketchy international fraud?
Yeah.
Don't like people get like more pissed about stuff like that.
That's just dumb.
So it's like, they just get pissed if you do crime across a state line, dude. You're jumping continents here.
Continents.
Actually, technically it's not a continent. It's the same continent.
It is the same continent.
Canada and it's like, oh no, we're North America and Canada's separate. It's like, no, it's still connected.
Yeah, it is.
You just guys just want to be dicks about it. Like, nobody really cares about any of the land that's like anywhere near the border. We don't care. It could be anywhere.
It could be.
We just want to know who gets to collect the tax money from the fucking Walmart. That's all we give a shit about.
Yep, that is very true.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, there would be no fucking lines or borders. Everyone just wants to know, it's like, well, who's getting the revenue from that?
Yeah. So the seller had apparently a lot of positive feedback, so the guy thought that he was getting, the actual product. So eBay is going to be taking action against this fellow that is misleading people because it's against their policy to do misleading things such as this. So, yeah. Taking advantage of a situation where people just want the damn Xbox.
And that's not even a good picture.
I know. It was printed on a really crappy inkjet. It's even worse than yours.
I was going to say, it's like the printer over here in the studio.
Except yours is better than that.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't look as crappy as that. That's horrible.
I think I might have sold that to him. Am I in trouble now? No, that's
So that's how you got that new camera.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
Poor X-Bone owner. He looks so fucking sad.
Oh, yeah. And actually, people kind of went a little bit haywire with his picture, and they started photoshopping other things into his hands.
His hands?
Yeah, instead of the picture.
Well, okay, well now I'm going to waste my entire day tomorrow, because that's what I'm going to be doing.
Excellent.
Tell him about the Twinkie.
Ooh. IGN, gaming website, has decided to see how soon you might fill up your Xbox hard drive, your 500 gigabyte, and apparently...
That sounds really dirty.
It does, doesn't it? Apparently, it could be pretty soon. Games like Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Dead Rising 3, Zumba Fitness World Party...
What you mean, Black Flag?
Just Dance 2014, there are 20 gigabytes plus of hard drive space just to install the damn game. Battlefield 4, Rise, Son of Rome, and Forza Motorsports cost more than 30 gigabytes of hard drive space. And then, even heftier are the Call of Duty Ghosts, which is 42.2 gigabytes, and NBA 2K14, which is 2014, which is 43.6 gigabytes. So obviously it fills up fast. And if you decide that you want to upgrade now, don't do it because it'll void your warranty. There's people that are actually putting in solid state hard drives and 1 terabyte drives into their Microsoft consoles because they can. But the thing is that if you do that, it'll void your warranty. So don't do it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that there's some people out there who are doing it that are, probably, designers or engineers of their own right and just like already hack the shit out of it,
Right.
But if you're just like, your average run-of-the-mill user, you should probably not.
Yeah, don't. Thanks, Emil. I am a nerd. True story. I'm talking about video games. I mean, what do you think here? So yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
As I quietly drift into the background.
Again. Whoa! And yes, I like nerds too. That's why I am one. Anyway, so there's YouTube videos out there that explain how to take your Xbox drives and replace them with terabyte drives, solid state drives, but it'll void your warranty, so don't do it. Xbox is actually going to be creating patches in the future that'll allow you to do external storage, so you won't have to void your warranties. So it's not worth it right now. PlayStation 4, though, you can actually upgrade your hard drive without voiding your warranty because they're not going to be supporting any external hard drive space at all. So PlayStation 4, you got the OK, and Xbox One, you got the thumbs down. So figure that out yourself. And in case you need to get an Xbox One before Christmas, they're now selling at Toys R Us. So, yay! How exciting!
Go see yourself some Jeffrey.
Microsoft has decided to bolster customer privacy. The government is snooping, and Microsoft wants you to be safe and know that you are safe. So they are doing stuff like higher encryption, bit keys, etc. But you know what?
What's that?
The government can hack into anything. So no matter how high the security is, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get snooped on. If you have yourself a Kinect, you might as well just tear that thing out. Because you're going to get snooped on. That's just the way it is. That's how the way it is these days. They got drones everywhere. Right?
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, you know, I mean, that's true. I mean, the reality of, you know, technology has always been, you know, like, if you have, you know, a cell phone with a camera, like, oh, the coolest invention ever is like, oh, the, you know, reverse facing camera, so you can do like selfies and stuff, and things like that more easily. It's like no, it just means like no matter how you set your phone down, people can still see where you are.
Right.
Granted, they might just be looking at the ceiling, but they can, you know, they can also hear you too. And it's always, you know, been possible to activate the camera or microphone on pretty much any smartphone without the user's knowledge. That's been a thing ever since there have been smartphones. And anyone who thinks, like, you know, people who want to spy on them are not spying on them, well, then you're probably a little
dumb,
crazy. But if you think that, you know, everyone is spying on you, then you might also be crazy.
True
all
story.
I'm saying is, you know, like, technology lends itself to a certain amount of, you know, risk as far as people, you know, tampering with, you know, your privacy and your devices, and it's just kind of one of the things you have to accept when you start using, you know, those devices, is, you know, acknowledging it. Yeah, there is, you know, that risk.
Well, it's like the internet.
But
Your
I was kind of
information's
like,
floating out.
it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm on the internet, but I'm not like really like that important of a person on the internet, so I'm not really that concerned that anyone's going to try to like, you know, really like hone in on my shit. It's just like, who am I? I'm just your average user. I don't think anyone really gives a shit about anything I do.
And now you're going to be hacked.
Probably.
Let's see.
Wait, this is made of wood.
Is it real wood?
I doubt it.
Karen Major says, lol, that thing is creepy. Yes, it is. In fact, when he gets it under his nose, it's kind of entertaining, actually. Caleb B says, I saw a video for PS4. Yeah, I see the video for PS4 all the time, too. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but yeah, it's a great console. An Inerexible Trader says, hi, crack an egg, please. Hello, crack egg. I don't have any eggs to crack.
I mean, maybe I might like fry something tomorrow and I might crack an egg then.
Maybe that has to do with the whole, this should be a cooking show thing.
Could be.
Excellent. So, if bolstered customer privacy doesn't work, there's always their new invention, the Microsoft Smart Bra.
What the? What?
You heard me. The Smart Bra. Hang on, there it is. Boop! There you go. Oh, crap. Screen. So, the Smart Bra, which you see there, is equipped with sensors to track a woman's heart activity and perspiration, which are used to detect her emotional changes. Depending on her conditions, the device could send a message via a smartphone app to help the user avoid making bad eating decisions, something that commonly occurs when somebody is stressed, which actually I don't eat when I'm stressed. I'm opposite. I eat when I'm not stressed. So I never eat at work. Right? Anyway.
So we are like so just chemically, you know, self-medicated that we couldn't possibly figure out for ourselves whether or not we're stressed.
Yeah, pretty
about
much.
This. I actually know a couple of dudes that might fit into this thing.
They're actually talking about a smart jock strap too. So, anyway. So it can actually advise you to take a few deep breaths to calm down if you are stressed out. A research study showed that the smart bra effectively determined...
And the smart bra, they're not deep enough! Make them deeper.
It effectively determined variations in the user's emotional moods, but has a short battery life of 3 to 4 hours, which may be problematic. And it's not going to be available anytime soon. Actually, that's kind of fascinating. All right. A Microsoft spokesperson told CNN that the bra sensing system is just one instance of a class of work from a group of Microsoft researchers that is focused on the broader topic of just one instance of effective computing or designing devices and services that are sensitive to people's moods and react accordingly. So it makes me think that it's like a mood ring, except on your tits. Right?
Mood ring on your tits.
And Karen Major says...
A mood ring on your tits with batteries.
Yes. Karen Major says, unless it vibrates, I'm not interested.
Unless it vibrates.
I don't know, vibrating tits, that would be interesting as hell. I'm not sure what that would feel like.
You just keep like bitching at people. Hey, my eyes are up here. It's like, yeah, but your tits are doing this.
I'm sorry, I'm stressed out. Can't you tell?
It's like you're skipping rope, but you're not leaving the ground.
That's kind of fun. Anyway.
That's always fun. I love skipping rope.
Me too, actually.
Rope.
A good conversation starter at parties. Oh, boy.
Do you like to do things with rope?
Oh, boy. Wow. So we talked about hacked PlayStation Network people that happened, cards and stuff and money going bye-bye out of accounts last week. Right?
Oh my god.
Did that sound familiar?
Yes.
Are you confused?
No.
Good, because I confused myself. Exactly. They're still making headlines this week. There were accounts that were used to make unverified purchases. There's some people that had... Ow, didn't that hurt?
Did it hurt? No, he's...
Oh, did it hurt your hand? You just punched the console.
He's fine.
You punched the console with your fist. All right. One user had $50 added to his account, and then 15 seconds later it happened again, and then it happened again before he could actually disable his credit card on that account. So that's kind of sad. And there was a complaint to customer service. Sony customer service said that they would remove the unverified, putting money into the PlayStation wallet. And there was a person actually that had FIFA 14 content purchased out of his wallet that he did not verify. And they say theoretically the person in control of your account could actually designate their PlayStation device as a primary station and then proceed to download the content. And then when the victim resets their password, the access is revoked. But if the game in question doesn't require being on the internet for verification, they can still use the content of the game. So, yeah. And actually, there was a PlayStation Network person who had their card...
Oh. You're cut off, mister.
Tell me about it. They had $650 in fraudulent charges to a clothing retailer on the same card that was linked to their PlayStation Network account.
Jesus.
So, yeah. So, that's kind of sad. But good news for PlayStation is they have sold over 2.1 million units globally since the release. So, oh yes. Yeah.
Boop.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Neither do I. You just like, so yeah.
So yeah.
And then you just started staring at me, so I just thought I would stare back at you because I have no idea what that's supposed to cue me to do.
Not to cue you to do anything.
All right then. Then I've done it perfectly, whatever it was.
Yep, absolutely. Japanese kids are apparently spending a lot of money on microtransactions, more than they should be. A developer of Dead or Alive has decided to cap microtransaction spending by kids in Japan. They decided to do this following a string of cases where people have gotten carried away with spending obscene amounts of money
obscene
on online and social games. So children under 15 in the country are only able to spend up to 5,000 yen a month, which is about $50. Children between 16 and 19 will have a cap of 20,000 yen a month, which is $200. There's no mention of a measure like that coming this way, although I think it's probably a good idea. A 5-year-old boy in the UK apparently ran 1,700 pounds in iTunes in just 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Loves himself some music.
Yes.
Nice.
So...
He's going to grow up to be the awesome DJ in Japan.
Oh, he better be.
Yeah.
His parents probably think it's the same damn
he's
thing.
Like, I got all the tracks, yo. Yeah, I downloaded them when they were just like 4 yen back in the day. Yeah.
News
Dude,
of the
what were you,
weird.
like 5 then? Yeah. Maybe.
It's not my fault. My parents gave it to me. News of the strange. An employee from Valve has created a few new controllers for people out there without hands and feet. There's a tongue controller and a bum controller. Ben Krasnow
I'll be right back.
is the developer of the controller, which makes use of an optical mouse. And he actually places...
I thought you were going to say optical mouth for a second.
No, it's an optical mouse, and he places it in a brace retainer that pops in your mouth. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have of this controller stuff. Just a tad bit. I won't show the whole thing because it's kind of lengthy.
Hey guys, I've got another unusual game controller for you. This is a mouse that you control with the tip of your tongue. So it's got a plastic sort of retainer kind of housing that sticks up to the top of the roof of the mouth, and then moving the tongue across the sensor is just like moving your finger across the sensor of an optical mouse. So like this. So let me tell you about the details. I built this mouse by taking apart a trackball, and in the trackball there was like a separate circuit board that housed the actual optical sensor and a short ribbon cable that went from that board to this main board. And what I did is basically just put a longer piece of wire in there. So it's got the same optical sensor as the original trackball had. And this is the USB cable leaving from here going to the computer. Hey guys, I've got another unusual game controller for you. This is a mouse that you control with the tip of your tongue. So it's got a plastic sort of retainer kind of housing that sticks up to the top of the roof of the mouth, and then moving the tongue across the sensor is just like moving your finger across the sensor of an optical mouse. So like this. So let me tell you about the details. I built this mouse by taking apart a trackball, and in the trackball there was like a separate circuit board that housed the actual optical sensor and a short ribbon cable that went from that board to this main board. And what I did is basically just put a longer piece of wire in there. So it's got the same optical sensor as the original trackball had, and this is the USB cable leaving from here going to the computer. The one thing that I did change that's kind of interesting is that the light in the original device was red, or actually I think it was infrared, and I changed it to green because the red or infrared illumination
Okay, that's about all I'll show you for that. Kind of interesting. He actually shows you at the end of his video how it works inside his mouth. So I'll show you a little bit of that as well because it's kind of fascinating. Get the roundabouts out the way. Here we go.
Environment is quite difficult with this mouse. I'm showing you this image of the screen being controlled in real time so you can see how much difficulty I'm actually having controlling the icons. One additional difficulty is that the trackball X and Y axes did not map to the X and Y sort of layout of the mouth. So if you think side to side, just because of the shape of this sensor, it turns out that side to side ended up being fore and aft in the mouth. So I'm using a program called Auto Hotkey to swap the X and Y axes of the mouse input.
which is kind of interesting because I actually use auto hotkey at work. At least I used to. So I kind of know what he's talking about on that one. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then here is his posture-based game controller, or his bum controller.
Hey everyone! I made a quick hack of a game controller to test out an idea this weekend. And what this is a game controller that you sit on, and how you shift your weight and turn your body will control the game character. So I have it set up right now so that the rotational axis is 1-to-1. It's basically just like moving a mouse side to side. And the direction controls are relative. So if you put more weight on the front of this panel, you go forward, and if you put more weight on the back, you go backward, and it works for strafing as well. Note that I am also using the mouse in addition to this game controller. The environment requires me to turn more than 180 degrees to navigate, and there's really no way to do that with the seat controller yet. So you can see how this thing would work to control a first-person shooter, and you might be saying, oh, well, that's silly, WASD already works perfectly well, there's no way this could be faster. And that's true. However, there are some circumstances where you might want to have your body control the motion. One, it frees up your hand to do something else, to interact with the environment. And also, this works better for virtual reality. And so I'll be talking about some of the VR work that I've been doing at Valve. And this controller may tie into that.
So there you go. So that's kind of fascinating. The fact that this guy was able to come up with some really interesting devices for controllers. So I know that there's people out there that have missing limbs and whatnot. So this can actually potentially turn into something. I know that they have links that are directly into your brain for brainwave operation on a screen. So that's kind of neat. But this is kind of a different realm of just using a mouse and being able to play video games and also just do basic tasks and stuff using the mouth mouse or the butt mouse, whichever one you want to call it. So that's kind of cool there. And to kind of wrap things up here, I'm going to show you the last installment that I've had for the Xbox Files in a game called Ultimate Drunken Warrior. It's a blast. Hello everyone, Yu-Ming here to present to you the second episode of the Xbox Files, a review of strange, hilarious, and often overlooked indie games that have been developed for the Xbox 360. Today I am reviewing Ultimate Drunken Warrior, a fighting game developed by Psychedike, also known as Neuron Vex, and released on November 1st, 2013. This game is described as, the pub's closed, everyone's drunk, someone said something about yo mama. Can you maintain your balance long enough to KO your opponent? Includes 16-player tournaments and the controversial Mankini, the warrior's best friend for unrestricted movement in any fighting situation. There are several different modes to this game. We chose challenge mode to test our skills. Let's see how we did on the first try.
Didn't have a chance for that one.
Now he's playing a little drunken warrior. This does not make any sense at all.
No, pretty much not. No. Oh, look, I'm
Oh my god. Okay, not so well. The controls are a bit hard to get used to. Walking is almost impossible on the first try, and who knows what to do with those massive fists. Boxes are flying down on your head, and you fall over without warning at times. Let's see how we did on the second try. Yep.
I don't really.
So as you can see, Dick Boulay is attempting to now master the controls. He's standing a little better, but movement is still almost near impossible. Let's see a second try.
Are you just supposed to avoid them?
You did it!
Oh!
Oh, first box smash of the season. Oh, what the hell? I think you're hitting yourself. Oh my god! How did you do that?
You gotta swing the arm and get it right at the
Oh!
That was not the right time.
Get up, you fool!
Wow.
Oh, Oh my god!
Oh.
You get it. So, it seems that this game can be mastered, just not by us. I'm not coordinated enough, and Doc was not sure what to do. This game seems like it would be a blast with more players. We didn't venture onto the cooperative mode, which we probably should have, but we were done trying to get the drunk dude to do anything other than stand there and wave his arms wildly. This indie game is $1 on Xbox Live Indie Games if you're interested in mastering the art of box foo or kicking the crap out of another drunk opponent. See you next time for another episode of the Xbox Files. Flashing. Aww.
Oh, there you have it.
There you have it, folks.
That game was really hard.
It was very hard.
Anyway, that's all the time we have. Actually, we've gone over our time.
Yes,
but,
we have, like almost.
We had some technical difficulties in the middle, and we started late, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Gaffer. This is Yu Ming. You've been in the back row. Join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for all the entertainment and gaming news you need, and some that you don't. And we will see you guys next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And don't forget about the farting monsters.
Brrr.